Welcome back. Our first guest includes one graduate of Hyde Leadership Charter School and a head of school, it's like the principal, and here to tell us about their incredible journey as Rossemary Gomez and Betsy Olney. They're going to tell us about the whole thing. You've been in existence since 2006, and you're turning out wonderful people. The graduation rate is high, and I'm just going to simply say congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a new word that's not in the dictionary yet, but I made it up. How did you do it? What's different?
Sure. Well, it all started with a group of educators from the Hyde schools that really wanted to take a private school education model, a family-based character education, and bring it to a public setting. So they applied for a charter back in 2006, and the Department of Education authorized it then 7 years ago.
And what makes it different? Is it the coming together of parents, teachers, students, community?
All of that, absolutely. And so as a charter school, we are publicly funded but privately managed. And we have some more freedoms with things like curriculum and lack of teachers unions. And in return for that, we have more accountability in terms of outperforming the district or city in order to keep our charter. And so with our different model of family-based character education, we really are bringing in the families who are very involved in the school.
Everybody give Rossemary a big round of applause, y'all.
Thank you.
Congratulations. She just graduated, 2013 graduate of this wonderful school. You started from the bottom, now you're here. You started from the bottom, now the whole team's here. How did you got into it? What made you want to get involved in this school?
Well, when I came here, I didn't really know about the school. I came in 2009 to Hyde Leadership Charter School, and it was more my mom putting me there, but the school didn't really, the school didn't really knew who I was because I didn't manage the language. I only was speaking Spanish. So after that, I just came part of the community, and after a year, I learned everything. And when you were saying what is important about our school, like, it's more the connection and with the community and the students, because most of the people are local students, but most of them don't know the history from their own community. And you have to know something about your own community too.
And you're bilingual. You just started speaking English?
Yes, like 3 years ago.
Oh, you do well. Give her another big round of applause. That's how you do it. But this school worked out for you because of the individualized attention?
Oh, yes. So our school is not a bilingual school, but I have a Mr. Thompson that he's a special teacher for me, and he just
can identify with him.
Yes, I can identify with him, and he teaches me the English, so I spend most of my time with him sometimes. But it was only in ninth grade, so 10th grade I was just myself, my own, and
And then you got into it and said, I'm going to get good grades. And
no, that was always, I knew always that I want to have good grades. I knew what I want, but I also was struggling, and Hyde helped me to knew that I was a human and I need to make mistakes, but I also need to understand what I have to do to get there.
Hyde is a compassionate school. They take care of their own. And so you're going to go into, what do you want to do? You're going to go into college? You're going to get a job in the airline industry where, you know, they need some bilingual people in there with business? Or?
No, well, right now I'm going to St. Rose, it's in Albany, and I'm going to study political science and gender studies because I love to work with the community, and I'm a feminist.
And stuff up there, right?
Yeah.
It's cold upstate.
It's okay.
But you can do it because you have a mission. You're on a mission and you know what you want to do. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Give her another big round of applause. Yes. How do you get the ratings that you get and the parent involvement that the public schools can't really get?
Sure. So as a public charter school, the way students get in and the way Rossemary got in was through a lottery. And so initially all of our parents, you know, have sought out a different choice from their local neighborhood school and have applied to the lottery. Now, this year alone we had over 1,800 applicants for 75 spots who won the lottery. But from the get-go, you know, our parents know that we aren't a school where you can just drop your students off at the door.
You're not babysitting over here.
No.
Exactly.
Forget about it.
Commitment.
So they know that the parent commitment is expected from them, and then it's a lot of, you know, listening to them, listening to how we can meet their needs, and being flexible about you know, programming and parent events at night and on weekends.
Wow. So what challenges do you have at this school? I mean, you start, it's a K, it starts off in kindergarten, right?
Yeah. What challenge? Well, everybody had different challenges because everybody's different. So for me, one of my challenges was to have humility of showing that I can make mistakes. So other people, it can be show courage that they can speak up and they have a voice to just show who you are. It's depending who you are. It's not like, oh yeah, we just choose you and you're gonna do this. No, it's like we all in this whole group and they understand who we are. So, and also we have a summer challenge. That's where we go to the wilderness retreat and we go to Maine and we do jump course and we hike mountains. So there you can see some challenge and leadership also, like show your leadership in any type of way. And we have silent leader and you know.
Betsy, how important is that to take students outside of their neighborhood, outside of that environment, outside of that concrete jungle, and show them other things like rock climbing and go upstate and you see, there's cows and horses.
Sure. Well, they definitely ask me
you don't see that in the
if
hood.
there are bears where we're taking them. That is a commonly asked question. You know, we really believe that the students have the character already in them, and we're just providing experiences that they can build on their character. And so we're trying to expose them to as many different experiences as possible. And one of those things is the wilderness, and just getting outside of all of our comfort zones and seeing sort of what you know, how we respond, so that they're prepared to encounter new challenges in the future.
Nature, look at the plants, look at the animals, look at all these things. I don't see them growing in my neighborhood. You know, so you get a chance to see, well, yeah, see some plants and stuff, but you know, not like when you're upstate or outside of the hood. I grew up in the hood, I know. You don't see cows walking around too. Otherwise you'll see somebody following trying to get steaks. I'm only kidding. But anyway, but it's a wonderful thing to get out and, you know, see other experiences, so you have something different to look forward to, other than, you know, the circle that we grew up in.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a wonderful way to get students involved also. What are you most proud of looking back at your education?
What I'm most proud of? The teachers, the connection that you can have, the one-on-one, the way how you can communicate with them, and you can email them. They can get a little annoying. We can get a little attitude, but we can communicate. And it's everything about communication, and that's something in high we do well. Like we communicate about most of the things. So I'm proud of like the communication system that we have.
Yeah. What connection do you see? I mean, with parent, teachers, and students. How do you keep that bond?
A lot of work, and one just with, you know, the basic belief that it's important that partnership between teachers and parents, you know, matters and is integral to you know, to educating children. And so a lot of programming at night, a lot of programming over the weekends. You know, our teachers are not just working, you know, during school days. They really are teachers that go to the ends of the earth and are flexible with their hours and their expectations to really partner with families in any way that they can.
Now, I know about the lottery system, but other than that, how do students qualify to get the opportunity to get an education at your school?
So it's truly like a bingo ball hopper, and if their number comes up, they get in. And so it really is a lottery. So, you know, that means that anyone who applies can get in. So that means special education students, English language learners, anyone whose number comes up comes to our school, which is a public school.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. Is there a waiting list?
There is, yeah. So if students don't win one of the lottery spots,
they
they're
can do it the following semester.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay. You have anything coming up that we should know about?
Well, our graduation was Saturday, so.
Oh, you already did the graduation.
Yeah, our graduation was Saturday, and just our first graduating class going to college, and we're so excited to see their next step on their journey and future graduations to come within the K-12 school.
Yes. And what are you majoring in again?
Political science.
Political science.
Yeah, gender studies too.
And sorry?
Gender studies.
Beautiful, beautiful. so you'll get a chance to know people, you know about the politics, and you can put 2 and 2 together. Are you going to run for office?
No, I don't think so. I'm more like a community activist.
Oh, okay. You never know where that would take you, though.
Well, I already did it when I was in high school most of the time. So, yeah, let's see. I just going with the flow, I think.
So that's beautiful. Rossemary Gomez and Betsy Olney, give them a big round of applause. The principal and the graduate of class of 2013. We applaud you guys over and over and over again. You're doing such a wonderful job with all the students there.